Everybody's hands, let's pray. I mean, this is the kind of person you want on your team, who just naturally flows that way. And I'm one that's learning it, frankly, and he's the guy who's teaching it. The S in angels is serendestiny. Serendestiny is a word that we've coined. The serendipity is the magical, incredible discovery process of serendipity. And the destiny part is having them stumble into somebody that they were destined to meet. Meaning, is a person on your team maybe going to stumble into somebody in a month from now? They have nothing to bring to the team. Nothing. But there's something about you goes, there's a reason you're supposed to be on our team. I don't know. You don't really know that higher power is saying this person doesn't have a lot of the skills you need, but I'm going to have them stumble into something that they are the only person who can stumble into it. Get them on your team. And when they stumble into what I'm going to have them stumble into, you'll know why they're supposed to be on your team. It's called serendestiny. It's the magical part. So when the word angels means bringing people on your team who have those kinds of resources, and then forming a team and working with that team to create some magical, incredible, powerful, multi-million-dollar ideas that will come because you've attracted people like that, right? And once again, we can't spend a whole lot of time on this question, but how can I attract angels to help me? Well, you're going to attract visible angels who are going to be part of what we call your inner circle. And that's going to be surrounded by what we call your virtual team of people that are geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci or Thomas Edison. Have a group of people that become your kind of virtual mentors. We call that. That's a lot of time to talk about it. And then around you, we have what we call your winner circle, which is every single one of you knows 100 people, 100 successful people. Every single of the people you know knows 101 successful people. And every one of those people knows 101 successful people. Within 3 phone calls of your phone, you have access to 1 million people from the 101 people you know. Which ones of those people should higher power connect you to? In other words, from the people you already know from your living room, there are 1 million people you could contact who knows who. Somebody on that outer circle probably has all the answers to every problem you have to bring your product to market and to market it for millions of people. You are 3 phone calls away from them. We call that your winner's circle. And then finally, the outside circle is a circle of life. They've got almost 7 billion people on the planet. And then the final outside circle is what we call the eternal circle. And there's where we go into how many people have ever lived on this earth? How many people have ever lived on this earth? I hear 9 billion, I hear 18 billion. I read a book, it was actually in a book on Da Vinci, 90 billion. And who knows who's right? The question I'm asking you is, where are they right now? Well, we know where 6.5 billion of them are. Where are the other 84 billion of them? How many of you believe there is an afterlife? Do they get to influence us? We're trying to attract people into our funnel. We're trying to bring them to the event like this, so we can maybe influence them somehow. It's going to cost so much money to bring them. Do you know how it would be much more cheap? Much more less expensive? If you brought them. If you brought them, we wouldn't have to spend $1 million. And we could give the $1 million away. You crack this code, you will be rich. You don't crack this code, more than likely, you will be one of the 95% of the businesses that will fail in the next 5 years. Almost guarantee it. You crack this code. This is simple. This is it. Most businesses do not do this. When you bring somebody into your door as a customer, you love them. And you give them as much as you can give them. Why do you love them? Why do Mark and I love you? We don't need to love you. We got enough money in the bank. We don't need to love you. We're okay. Why do we love you? The reporters that come and interview this and see what goes on here, they don't get this. They don't understand. Why do we love you? Because you're our brothers and sisters. You are literally my brother and my sister. I want you to win because we're part of His business with a capital B. And we love you. You may think we are just saying that. No, we love you. Now, we're trying to crack His code. We haven't cracked it yet. We're trying to learn it. But if we treat you like stars, and I think we did a little bit of that last night, didn't we? If we'll treat you like stars, you will feel like stars. You will see what we see. We see your value. You are so valuable to us, not because we want to make money from you, because you're so valuable. You're so priceless. You have to treat you like stars. And if you learn how valuable you are and you get the feeling of, hey, I can have a little plaque here and a little bigger thing here and I can get that big one. If we treat you like stars, then you'll say, come on. You'll bring your friends back and you'll go, these guys treat us like stars. You got to see this. You can't believe this. You got to watch. They actually hug stuff every once in a while. If we can get to them in the doggone lines of them, but they'll even hug us. What? If you'll treat your customer like a star, you'll never have to spend another dime in advertising.
Bob, let me give you an example of that. We have a friend in Australia who's the highest paid dentist in the world. His name is Dr. Paddy Lund. A couple of years ago, he is ready to commit suicide. As you know, dentistry has the highest suicide rate in the world because they look in a little black hole that smells bad, looks bad, and most people that come in go, I hate you, and I hate dentistry, and it makes you feel real good about your profession after spending 28 years becoming a dentist. Paddy went PADDY, went on a hiatus, and he meditated, cogitated, ruminated, and says what works and what doesn't work. He had 4,000 patients, a vast, fast clinic, and he said, I don't like 3/4 of them. They don't resonate with me. I don't resonate with them. They're not stars for me, and I'm not stars for them. I'm extricating myself. He owned velour seats, and some of you have been in dentist chairs like that, and the guys would come in their oily pants from the mechanic shop and wreck his stuff, so he took those guys and put them with dentists that loved the oily secrets of cars. Not that they're good or bad, it's just they didn't resonate with Paddy. And he says, from now on, when you come in here, you got to like, love, respect, and admire me, and I like, love, and respect, and admire you, and it's no longer Dr. Lund. It's from now on, you're going to call me Paddy, and I'm going to call you by your first name, and the way it's going to work is that you get my home phone number, and his home calls went from 12 to 20 a week down to 1 to 2 a year, because now it's human being. You're no longer going to be a patient. That's who you work on. You're going to be a client. That's somebody you work with. And in my office, it does not say dentistry. It's going to have an apple, and it says by appointment only. And when you come in, there's no longer a glass thing there. Swear to God, you got an appointment with the big guy. It's going to be, we're going to have a director of wonderful outside that welcomes you into the practice. And when LaDon sits down with the director of wonderful, she says, what's the director of wonderful? My only job here is to make sure you have a wonderful experience at our dental practice. Everyone go, oh. It gets better. He has hot cinnamon buns rolling out with big fans 4 times a day, wafting out into the room, which they give to the patient. And if she likes them, they get to take them home. He has a $7,000 cappuccino machine, which his CPA said, couldn't you have gotten it wholesale? The guy missed the whole point of being a star. And he says, LaDon, to be my patient, you've got to find me 3 like-minded patients for one reason, so I'll be here when you need me next. He has a waiting list practice of people that want to be with him because everybody loves him, and once a month he has a party, and everybody networks with everybody, and we're going to do that better. A lot of the foreign nationals in here said, we're from Germany and we didn't get to meet the other Germans. We're from Nigeria and we didn't meet the other Nigerians. We're from Japan. That'll be changed next time we get it. Some of you gave us the feedback. We got the message. Same thing here. We're going to just do constant, never-ending improvements, and you're going to keep making the people stars. We're going to refine your starness. We're going to refine how fast you can make your money, and you're going to bring us the rest of the stars. Just like Patty said, if you want to be my patient, you got to bring me 3 new patients a year that like and love dentistry and like and love me. Because Bill Cosby says, I'll just finish with this, that a dentist is the only one in the world that can make your butt walk across a chair.
That's a perfect story. It's an absolutely perfect story for taking some ordinary business like dentistry that people hate to go to the dentist and make them absolutely love to go to this dentist. Because he's totally made them into stars. And he's made a fortune doing it. He's a multi-millionaire.
And he only works 22 hours a week. So he owns the practice doesn't own him. Everyone say, I own the business doesn't own me. At the front end, maybe you got to be out of bounds to get in bounds. You got to work 80 or 100 hours a week like any good immigrant. But after a while, Bob and I could do this 4 days a quarter, and that's all we need to do, except we like to do it.
Your business is about you bringing people in the door and saying, what would you like? Let me feed it to you. And you feed them really well. Then they're going to come back and say, and what would you like? And that's the vision of heaven and hell. That star code is about cracking that one. Most businesses, what do they do? What do they do? Do they ever call you back? Now, every once in a while they'll send you a letter and say, I hope you come in and buy some more stuff. But they very rarely ever communicate with you. Almost the entire effort of the entire company is focused on finding new people. And they bring them in the door, and they don't care the ones that, when they come in the door, they say, fine, done, and they're always looking for new people. If they just took that same marketing dollars and focused it right back on the people who just walked in the door and treat them like stars, these people would go out into the world and drag their friends to it. Within a few miles of here is a perfect example of that, Disneyland. And what was Walt's famous statement? Do what you do so well that they want to come back again and again and bring their friends. That's a hard one to crack. Walt cracked it. He cracked it. We're trying to crack it with you. We challenge you to crack that code. And if you do, you will not fail. Not only will you not fail, you will be wealthy beyond your wildest imaginations. 100-folding is right there. You want to launch it?
What happens is that when I did a little electronic Bible read, it said 38 out of 66 chapters. In some iteration, you're supposed to 100-fold. So Bob and I said, well, no one has ever taught that. I've studied with all the prosperity ministers, so I said, let us figure it out, because most of you just know the New Testament stuff, 30, 60, 100-fold. And we started looking around. We saw how many plants did we find out that 100-fold. We started with wheat.
Wheat, 100-folds. Papaya, 100-folds. Watermelons, 100-fold. Strawberries. Take a strawberry. Can you imagine one? Where's the seed in a strawberry? How many of them are there? There are 500 seeds. Each of those tiny little seeds on the outside of a strawberry could be planted in the ground and create a whole string of strawberry plants from that one tiny little seed. Higher power, 100-folds every second. All around you, 100-folding is taking place.
So we said, look, it's normal and natural. Everyone say it's normal and natural? I just don't know where this slide goes. So we said, look, just real quick through Bob's and my story, we both checked out our own life, and, Bob writes nothing down, and he says, well, wait a second, or before he wrote it, he's going to do a seminar, charge $100 each, and he takes a little $25 ad, and 100 people show up. 100 times 100 is 10,000. Then all of a sudden he does an infomercial. 100 times 10,000 is $1 million, and he immediately made $1 million on the infomercial. I'm condensing a very long story into consolidate it, and I'm not going to do my part. You 100-fold it again, you got 100 million, and it goes to 10 billion. Everyone go, wow.
What I want you to know is that there are not only Scott Lambs in my past, but they're sitting right here in the audience too. Some of you are going to be up on this stage training and teaching and doing because you lived it. That's how you get up on this stage. You live it. We hope that all of us will do as much as possible to live the best way we can. We're not all perfect, but I want you up here. Not only just getting an award, but I want you to teach this stuff.
Did you enjoy that? I hope so. We want to teach you how to become financially free as fast as possible. You have $1 million idea. You really do. And you were destined for wealth. What we call enlightened wealth. Wealth that creates financial freedom for yourself, prosperity, abundance for yourself, and a way to help the rest of the world at the very same time. Doesn't that feel good? It feels good to me anyway. And I want you to achieve financial freedom using the techniques taught in this book that I want to give you for free. It's called Cracking the Millionaire Code, Your Key to Enlightened Wealth. If you call us at 1-800-371-9876 or go to crackingthemillionairecode.com/gift, you can receive a free copy of this book just for shipping and handling. In addition to that, we have a couple of teleconferences we want to invite you to, where we can teach you live on the telephone exactly how you can become financially independent, how you can move to the next step as quickly as possible. We invite you to be part of our team. We know you can be. We know you are destined for wealth. It's your time, it's your time, it's your time, and this is your day. Good luck. It's your friend and mentor, Mr. Robert Allen.